there, welcome to the garden. So today I am just running outside real quick to start another seed in my unheated little mini greenhouse. I have one of these little plastic, greenhouses you get on Amazon. I'll show it to you real quick if you haven't been around here, if you're new. If you have been around, you know that I love starting seeds in this thing. I love growing in it, and I try to use it as much as I can. This is the greenhouse. As I said, just one of those ones you can get on Amazon. I've actually got my little container pond in here for the winter, which has been doing really well. And I've started a few things. I don't think anything's coming up yet. But I am going to try to start, let me grab my 6-packs, some strawberry. Total experiment. I'm basically trying to see how many, oh my gosh, I got something in my eye. How many things I can get started in the unheated greenhouse. It definitely is not, it's not like starting things indoors. One, I don't have grow lights out here, so it's going to have to use the natural light, such as it is right now, this time of year. It's not the brightest out. We're still in January, so the days are still short. And it also does get cold in there. Now it warms up a lot on sunny days. Like right now, I think it's about 80. So it's nice and toasty, perfect for seed starting, but it gets cold at night. And so I've done a couple videos about how I use this greenhouse, how I start seeds in it. I'm gonna keep talking about it. Because I'm trying to start a lot of seeds out here if I can to make space, because I just don't have that much room inside. But today I'm gonna try to start some strawberries from seeds. So I did start some indoors under grow lights, typical strawberry seed starting technique. But today I am going to try just to do a few in the unheated greenhouse. This is kind of mimicking, I said in my last video about starting seeds out here, it's kind of like winter sowing where it's a little bit cooler, the seeds kind of come up on their own. So these are an Alexandria strawberry, and they are like an ever-bearing, just nice, yummy, kind of classic red strawberry. The sowing directions say that if you want to direct sow, you should sow them out about the time of your last frost. So it's not something that you have to wait till, well after your last frost. They can handle a little bit of cooler temperature. And I'm thinking that being in this unheated greenhouse, it's mimicking that sort of situation because it's warm enough that it's kind of similar to the temperatures around our last frost. So I just have an old seed. I just spilled dirt all over me. Oh my gosh. Just go. Now we're set up on a tripod, so life is a little bit easier. I have just one of these like 6-packs that I got from the garden center, and I'm gonna just fill it with soil and plant my seeds into it. Now with strawberry seeds, they're really, really tiny seeds. You obviously, every time you eat a strawberry, you see all the little seeds around the outside, right? They're really small little seeds. So you do want to make sure that they don't get dry out at all. So I am going to go ahead and plant these seeds, and then I am going to stick them up under a little bit of a humidity dome. I just have an extra one in there, and I'm going to put them under a humidity dome so that they do not dry out, because with the surface sown seeds, I don't want to have any of that drying out process happening, so that they can just sprout nicely on top of the soil and be happy little seeds. So let me just go get my potting mix, and we'll put some soil in here and plant them. It's really pretty easy, other than just getting, hopefully not too many seeds in each cell since they're so tiny. That's always the hardest part for me. So I'm just gonna water these guys in, and then I will put them into the unheated greenhouse under a little humidity dome, so that'll be perfect. And then you also saw I put together this little moss container. I just found this moss in the woods, and I don't know, I just thought it added a little bit of greenery, a little bit of something. I may even go and get a few more of these little containers and do a few more little moss containers just to kind of tuck in around these other containers here. I feel like it's just kind of cute and whimsical. The woodland moss is so pretty. I mean, even here in January, look how beautiful that is. And that just adds some greenery and some fun. I did this over in one of my other little containers and I liked it so much. I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll even do a couple. This is still a pretty shady, well, we do get full sun here, but that's south facing, and so that little container kind of like tucked in on the north side of all these other containers, I have a feeling is going to be in pretty much shade throughout most of the summer. I don't think there's going to be too much sun at all that little moss pot is going to be getting. So I think it may be kind of like a perfect thing for those containers. I was wanting to do a couple more little containers and maybe popping in, I was thinking about succulents or cactus, but because it's going to be so shady, just with the direction that my garden's facing in those little containers, I was thinking that might not actually work. So the moss, sorry, I got baby girl out here with me. She's in her little rocker right here. That may just be the perfect solution. So I've got that over there. That'll be super cute. And we've got the strawberries into the unheated greenhouse. I will keep you posted about how the strawberries do. I think it's gonna be a really fun little experiment. I'm very interested. I'm always just kind of trying to push this little unheated greenhouse and see what I can do, and also alleviate any space inside, because it's going to be tomato starting soon, and you know I am going to be wanting to start all of the tomatoes. It's definitely hard, you know, I don't have a designated seed room or anything like that. So all of you that, you know, don't have that big huge commercial size greenhouse or even a pretty decorative one, I get it. It's really hard. So that's why I'm trying to see what I can figure out, what we can do in this little greenhouse here. Don't mind the air conditioner right there, to kind of just help with that. It's definitely a process. So I got to water the strawberries, and I do have to keep an eye on them over the next few days and through sprouting and everything to make sure that they really do not dry out. That is always the hardest part. I've started a lot of little seeds lately, and keeping them from drying out is going to be kind of my top concern and top of mind for the next few weeks. Other than that, I think I'm just going to kind of hang out here with baby girl. It's chilly but sunny, and so bundled up. It's actually really nice in the garden right now, and that's been part of my January thing, is just spending as much time as I can out here and enjoying the garden in this off season. Been so nice over the last few weeks to not have to have as much watering and everything. Even in the winter, I do end up watering out here quite a bit because I have so many things that are still growing, and whenever it gets dry, I've got to come out here and water. But we had a bit of rain, and it's been so nice. But now it's seedling season again, so now we are just watering and watering and watering. All this winter, I'm trying, as I don't have my summer garden and I don't get to do, you know, all the summer things, I've been trying to think of the things that I enjoy about the winter garden, and really making sure that I'm sort of being grateful for that. And one of those things, my gratitude for today, is that usually I don't have to water. Although misting seedlings, I hardly count as watering, because that's just one of my favorite chores. I love poking in and keeping an eye on them. Actually, we can go inside. Let me show you some of the seedlings, the cold flower seedlings that I have started to come up. So let me run inside and I'll show you those. These little eucalyptus seedlings. This one kind of fell over. I'm not quite sure what's happening with that one, but the rest of them are looking so good. And then you can see all of the violas are starting to come up. It's just the very beginning. And these are the snapdragons, super tiny. Look how much I overplanted the oregano. They were such tiny seeds. So those are really overplanted. That's kind of unfortunate. What is this? I think that's oh, this is the mint. That's all coming up. Okay, here's the wild card. I saw this come up. This is where I planted my ranunculus. And I saw this come up and I thought, oh wow, cool, the ranunculus is coming up. But now I'm starting to think like, that's not a ranunculus because none of the other ranunculus seeds are coming up. That came up super fast. I'm almost wondering if it's like, I don't know what. Did a tomato seed fall into my my bag of soil? Kind of looks like a tomato seedling, doesn't it? It's been a kind of funny surprise. I don't know when I'm gonna, if the ranunculus start coming up, then maybe I will snip that seedling out because I don't know. Y'all just let that seedling go and we'll just see what happens. But that's a little update on the seedlings inside. I'm gonna actually bring them, right now they're down in my kitchen, but I am gonna take them up and put them under the grow lights and everything, probably the next day now that everything is coming up. So I just wanted to give you that little update on how things are going. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll keep you posted on the strawberries too. Let's see, I did plant strawberries inside here. Which ones are those? Those have not germinated yet. Those are ones that are not germinated. I think strawberries take a little bit longer to germinate and get going, but I'll keep you posted on the indoor strawberries and the ones in the greenhouse. Anyways, again, thank you, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.